Sorry, I am a little bit late, but I was in the middle of a circuit thing on my bike and I had to finish it, and I thought I would do it in time, but I'm only a few minutes late, so it's not that bad. So let me get to the YouTube so I can see who's here, if anyone is here. Happy Sunday evening. What the heck? I'm getting there. So tomorrow the Todt trial is going to start. And I'm definitely going to be on top of that trial. So the Brophy case is going to continue. Hold on 1 second. Why is this not bringing me to the live? Here we go. Today's my parents' anniversary. Hi, Joe Glover. All right, so let's see who's here. Hi there, Haley Ryan. Watched the Happy Mail video 3 times. I'm not sure if I had more fun packing. Yeah, that was fun, right? Let's see. How many of those napkins, like, would you say you need to complete your project? Please let me know that. You need to unload lyrics on someone. Okay. It's 9:22. I don't know. No, it's 9:30 something now. 2 scooters lurking. Hello. Let's see. Carol Plant, hi. GB, hi. Flower Girl Phillips, hi. Farm Wife, Jess Ruby. Easily Distracted, Kubi, Janae Ann. Jenny Anderson, hi. Captain Lee Fan, LMNW, hello. Dandy B, hi. Nicole Griffith, hello. Joe Glover, Karen H. Ren, Kathy, Lucy J. One Eye Blind Arts, hi. Okay, where is Coldy Case? I haven't seen Coldy Case in a while, right? No, but just tell me how many that you need. So because if you say I need whatever, 10, I may, whatever it is, just tell me what you need. Hi, Teresa W. Hello, Snow Remover. Okay, so let's go to the headlines here. There is updates in the Barry Morphew. We also have the Todt trial starting tomorrow, but let's go to this case. This is, again, people trying to solve things, like their problem-solving skills. And I always get nervous when more than one person thinks that solving things like this is a good idea. Because when you have one person, okay, they're maybe a narcissist, they think they're smarter than everyone else, they can pull something off. When you have one or more people that get together and they all think something is a good idea, it's really scary. So this is about an Oklahoma woman and her sisters and their plot to kill her ex over a custody issue. And the ironic thing is, all these people killing each other over the custody issues, and you know what happens in the end? The kids are left an orphan because one parent's killed and the other one's in jail for life. And all because of a custody issue. It's unbelievable. Federal judge in Alabama sentenced 3 Oklahoma sisters following their convictions on charges related to an attempt to kill the former partner of one of the sisters and his new wife. This was back in 2018. Tierzer Mapson had a child with the victim in 2013. And the sisters planned a custody transfer at a store in Eldridge, Alabama, about halfway between Mapson's Oklahoma residence and the victim's Florida home. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Alabama, the victim, Mapson, this is one of the sisters, Tirza is her name, made a plan with her ex to drive from Oklahoma with their child while the couple drove from Florida and waited at a prearranged transfer point. So her ex is coming with his wife. She's driving from Oklahoma, and they're going to meet at this Walker County store. And the couple's waiting there for 4 hours. In that time frame, Tirza Mapson is sending text messages telling them about all these travel delays she's having. Oh my goodness. But see, they weren't even in Oklahoma. They didn't go to Alabama. Tirza's sister, Elisa Mapson, 25, had moved to a campground 50 miles away from her sister's child's father, the home of her sister's child's father. And on the day of the supposed custody exchange, Tirza stayed at that campground 50 miles from their house, the couple's house, her ex and his wife, right? She was constantly texting the victim while her sister, Elisa, drove to Alabama to meet their third sister. Now, this is 3 sisters all involved in this. 33-year-old Sharice Mapson. She was driving from Oklahoma. Now, according to the trial testimony, the victims heard gunshots late in the afternoon, and one came through the trunk of the car and hit the father in the shoulder. The father and his wife tried to get out of the car as more gunshots hit the ground beside the vehicle. Eventually, they were able to get out of the car, and inside the store, the shooting stopped. The father was taken to a Tuscaloosa hospital. He was suffering from a non-threatening wound. Now, the mother of the child in this custody dispute, Tirza Mapson, and her sister Elisa were eventually found and arrested in September of 2019. They were found where? In Northern California. Where they were hiding where? In another campground. Sharice was arrested back in Oklahoma. A federal jury convicted all 3 in July of 2021. And at Friday's hearing, the U.S. District Court Judge L. Scott Kugler sentenced Tirza to 60 months in prison for 1 count each of conspiracy to commit interstate stalking and discharging a firearm in furtherance of a violent crime, and 2 counts each of interstate domestic violence and interstate stalking. 60 months, 5 years. Elisa and she could have killed him. She could have killed him. 5 years. Elisa and Sharice were sentenced to 120 months each for conspiracy to commit interstate stalking, discharging a firearm. So they get 10 years. The mother of the child gets 5 years. Discharging a firearm in furtherance of a violent crime and 2 counts of stalking. If that's even what they did. And let's see if we can find some of this great testimony from this trial of these 3 Einstein sisters. Who thought this would just be a great idea and it would end, all of this custody issues. And I guess Tirza didn't think that her phone would show that she was texting from the location she was at, right? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, yeah, we can find some. Let's look at some of these court documents here. Hold on, wait, turn my screen here. Okay. This from April 8th, 2022. On Wednesday, the U.S. District Court Judge L. Scott sentenced the 3 Oklahoma sisters. We got that. Let's see if we can get some better testimony here. Yeah, we do. Testimony at the trial showed that Tiers Mapson and the male victim had a child together in 2013. So that child was 5 years old in June of 2018 when this occurred. Child's father and his wife, also a victim, were planning to meet Tiers Mapson halfway between their home in Orlando, Florida, and her home in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to take temporary custody of the child. The victims and Tiers Mapson agreed to meet on June 18th at a rural convenience store in Eldridge, Alabama, and that's northwest of Jasper. The testimony and evidence established that the couple drove to Alabama on June 18th, believing that Tiers and the child, whose custody is contentious, was driving from Oklahoma. And while they waited at the store for over 4 hours, they kept receiving text messages from Tiers explaining delays in her travel. Around 5:40 p.m., the victims heard gunshots, one of which came through the trunk of their car, hit the child's father in the shoulder, and lodged in his chest. She could have killed him with it. Store security showed that as he made 2 attempts to get out of the car, additional shots hit the ground on his side of the vehicle. After the 2 took cover inside the store, the shooting stopped. The wounded father was later transported to Tuscaloosa Hospital, where his wound was treated and determined to be non-life-threatening. It was later determined that the shots were fired by a rifle from a wooded hill behind a nearby church. These convictions are the result of a collaborative effort by a multitude of agencies, both here and outside the district, U.S. Attorney Escalona said. I commend all those who were involved in bringing these defendants to justice. I applaud the sentences handed down today, as the Mapson showed no regard for human life as they carried out their conspiracy. This case is a perfect example of how law enforcement can combine resources and efforts to bring violent criminals to justice. The FBI North Alabama Violent Crime Task Force and the Walker County Sheriff's Office investigated the case with assistance from the Walker County District Attorney's Office, the Orlando, Tulsa, and Eureka, Fortuna, California offices of the FBI and the Orlando Police Department, the Hoover Police Department, the Tennessee Valley Regional Computer Forensics Laboratory, FBI Electronic Device Analysis Unit at Quantico, Virginia. Assistant U.S. Attorneys Alan Batty and Jonathan Cross prosecuted the charges. Okay, so let's see what else we can find on this, because I guarantee the testimony, and this is a trial I would have liked to have seen. Okay. Trying to find some. Hang on a sec. Okay. So this is in July, right? Let's see. 20. Okay. Of course, everything is like totally recent here. Let's see here. I'm dying for some. So I can just imagine what that testimony would have been. I wonder if any of them took the stand either. That would have been. Oh, here's something. Let's see. To execute the plan, federal investigators say the Mapson sisters prepared disguises, they crafted elaborate lies, they camped across state lines. Investigators say they later found a note on Tiers' phone with a supply and to-do list that included disguises, ladder, climbing rope, binoculars, write down what to text thorn, luck beads, bless, and luck gloves, and after avoid Allah, it says Allah. Tierza's white 2009 Ford F-150 pickup was even striped with black bars as a disguise. The sisters also set a specific day to carry out the plan, June 18, 2018. On that day, the sisters and their unassuming father convened on what the Mapsons hoped would be the official death spot in Eldred, Alabama, which is a small town about 60 miles northwest of Birmingham. It was to a small church in Eldred that the father drove as planned with his wife to collect his child. Around 4:30 p.m., a white truck was seen turning into the parking lot of the church. Federal investigators say, adding, the truck disappeared behind the church where there's a narrow alley between the church and a wooded hill rising behind it. Investigators would report that over 150 text messages and calls were exchanged between the sisters that day as they coordinated their locations and confirmed details. One message, "It's just a halo," was sent from Elisa to Charisse as a supposed reference to the sharpshooting video game. Within an hour of the white truck retreating behind the church, the father, the child's father, texted Tierza to confirm the spot. She replied she was running late, claiming, "Sorry, a little while longer. The baby got sick and puked." About 20 minutes later, as the child's father waited with his wife for them to bring their child, he was pierced in the shoulder by a bullet that struck through the trunk of the car, and it was seen on the store's surveillance camera. He and his wife scrambled to get out of the car and into the store as more shots were fired near them. At a hospital in Tuscaloosa, it was determined the father would survive his wounds, and as investigators began piecing together the events that led to the seemingly random shooting, it was determined that the shots had been fired from the wooded area behind the church. Nice, right by the church, where the white truck had been seen. The sisters were quickly suspected of firing the shots. In late June, investigators pressed Tierza on why her truck had been identified in Alabama, and she claimed that a stalker had snatched her truck and driven it through Alabama to visit her ex. A stalker. Let's see. Her stalker took her truck and just happened to drive her truck to visit her ex. Okay. Charisse also claimed that she had never been to Alabama that summer. Once an indictment was filed against the sisters on August 29th, officers tracked Tierza and Elisa to a hideout in Fortuna, California, where they were considered armed and dangerous. And that's according to a press release from the Fortuna Police Department. So back then, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, back then, this is, this right here is Tierza, okay? And this here is Elisa. So that's Tierza, that's the mother of the child, and this is her sister, Elisa. And what they said back then was they said that the Fortuna police arrested 2 suspects wanted on a federal warrant for the shooting of an individual out of Alabama, and they are considered armed and dangerous. Based on information provided to us by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Fortuna officers were on the lookout for 2 suspects thought to have been staying in a campground in Eureka. Eureka. That's also linked to who? Jodi Arias, right? Eureka. But were believed to still be in the area. After an investigation by Fortuna Detective Brian Taylor, he located and identified 2 vehicles belonging to the individuals on the 2100 block of Riverwalk Drive. 2 women, originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tierra Faith Mapson and Elisa Ann Mapson. Okay. Tierra is the youngest. These 2 are a year apart. Okay, when they were doing this, she was 27, she was 28. They were taken into custody after a brief struggle. The arrest happened at 4:45 on Thursday. According to the warrant, both women were wanted for conspiracy and interstate domestic violence related to an incident where someone was shot with a rifle but not killed. The two individuals were arrested and taken to the Humboldt County Jail to await extradition back to Alabama. Okay. And it's interesting. There is a comment here, and this is 2 years ago, guys, from a woman. And it says, members of my family have been dealing with these crazies for several years. These sisters and 2 other sisters are more than a little crazy without drugs. Their very weird mother is the leader of the group. The sister who did the shooting was arrested at the same time in Oklahoma by the FBI. She not only resisted, but she pulled a gun on the agent. 3 weeks ago, someone drove by and threw what appeared to be a pipe bomb in my family member's yard, which resulted in the FBI, the bomb squad, and other agencies spending time and resources. I hope they never get out of prison. Yeah, well, they're only sentenced to 5 and 10 years, so good luck with that. Let's see if anybody else says anything about this. Okay, so there's no other comments that would be interesting there. Let's go back to where we were over here. All right, over here. Okay, at a hospital in Tuscaloosa. Then we got the sisters who were quickly suspected. Once the indictment, we got there. Okay, in July of 2021, they were convicted for the scheme and are now preparing to serve their sentence in federal prison. I applaud the sentences handed down, as the Mapson showed no regard for human life as they carried out their conspiracy. We just heard that. This case was a perfect example of how law enforcement can combine resources and efforts to bring violent criminals to justice. There's something else I was looking at regarding these two. Let me see. Let's see if we, oops, just let it run on my keyboard here. I would really like to see a little bit more about okay, so they had secret campsites. They had good luck beads. They brought their good luck beads. I have nothing more. Crazy. Yeah, that's about the size of it. No, this is Charisse. Right there, the oldest sister. So these two got 10 years. The mother got 5 years. See when they're back out. And she might have other children because the baby puked, unless she's calling a 5-year-old a baby. I don't know. Who knows with the way things go. Okay, let's go back to the headlines. Okay. Another one that's, if it's not the kids, it's going after the exes, right? Okay, so we have another. Pennsylvania, I'm telling you, Pennsylvania's getting bad. Pennsylvania police are searching for a man they say shot and killed his ex-girlfriend Friday night after following her from a restaurant to a gas station. Kind of the if I can't have her, nobody will. Upper Merion Township Police found Tamara Cornelius, 31, in the gas station parking lot suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. And she was taken to Paoli Hospital where she was pronounced dead. Investigators identified Rafiq Thompson, 38, as the suspect in the shooting, said he and Cornelius had been in a prior relationship. Detectives say the couple met outside the Cheesecake Factory restaurant Friday evening. They talked briefly before she went inside to have dinner. She left the restaurant and drove to an Exxon station, and he followed her. So that means he just sat there. We don't know if she was going in there with a friend or something, but he was jealous. He was vindictive. Waited for her to have dinner. Followed her to the gas station where he killed her. So he had all that time to think, hey, this might not be the best idea. She gets out to pump her gas, and he gets out of his vehicle. He speaks to her and then opens fire on her. She tried to run away. Didn't make it, obviously. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office issued an arrest warrant for Thompson on Saturday afternoon. He should be considered armed and dangerous. Thompson also goes by the alias Rafiq Muhammad. Police found the vehicle that he was driving, but not the gun he used. The entire evening, from the meetup at the Cheesecake Factory to the shooting, was captured on surveillance video. Anyone with information should call the Upper Merion Township Police at 610-265-3232 or the Montgomery County Detectives Tip Line at 610-278-DOIT. Do it. Okay. And anonymous tips can be submitted to the Montco Crime Tips on the Stop It app. Okay. And you know what? He's still without her, but it's just, right? And then he'll be in prison anyway. So, if not dead, he'd kill himself. I don't know. Florida police have arrested the boyfriend of an upstate New York woman who was found dead in the trunk of a car 4 months after she was last seen. Kareem Flake, applicable last name, was the father of 2 sons with Destini Smothers. She was last seen November 3rd of 2020 leaving a Queens bowling alley where she had been celebrating her birthday with friends and with Flake. The 26-year-old Destini is from upstate New York in Troy. Was in this city to attend a funeral for Flake's grandmother, but she vanished 2 days before the service. Flake reportedly told Smothers' family that the two had been arguing. I remember this one. And that Smothers got out of the vehicle and left without her key, purse, and wallet. The boyfriend insisted he didn't know what happened to Smothers. The New York mom's body was found when residents of a Queens neighborhood began calling to have a car towed after it had been sitting on the street for several months. A tow truck operator popped the trunk, and that's when they discovered that Smothers' decomposing body was inside. An autopsy later ruled her death to be a homicide, which was caused by blunt impact injury that fractured her skull and caused brain injury. Flake was taken into custody on Thursday in Kissimmee, Florida, and charges were pending his extradition to New York. Smothers' mother, Loretta King, said that she never believed Flake's story and that his arrest hasn't settled her. And I quote her saying, "Once he is convicted, once justice is served, and he's brought to trial, that will be it." I don't think that'll ever be it. Hang on one second here. Thank you, Billy Boy. Ad likes to hang out around. AD likes to hang out around Cheesecake Factories. I don't know who that is, but okay. All right, let me go to our next story here. Okay, so we have the death penalty being considered for this little boy. The death penalty is on the table for a Las Vegas man. Hold on a second. Sorry. Who's been charged with kidnapping and killing a 4-year-old boy and keeping the child's mother captive. Brandon Tosland, 35, allegedly kept Mason Dominguez's body in a freezer in the garage. The boy is believed to have died in December. His mother, Dacia Maldonado, told police her son became ill at that time, but that Tosland refused to let her take him to the hospital. Dominguez's body was found in late February after Maldonado sent a note to school with her 7-year-old daughter that said her boyfriend was holding her captive and she was concerned about her son. School officials contacted the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, who pulled the couple over for a traffic stop and found handcuffs attached to the front seat. A search of the house found the body in a freezer. A Clark County grand jury handed up indictments against Tosland on Thursday, charging him with 10 counts, including murder, child abuse, kidnapping, domestic battery. Tosland appeared in court on Thursday before the indictment was announced, and during the hearing, Chief Deputy District Attorney Michael Fleck described a constellation of internal injuries to Dominguez's small intestine caused by blunt force trauma. The boy also had cuts and bruising on his torso, abdomen, and extremities, and a bite mark on his arm. Fleck told District Court Judge Tiara Jones on Friday that her office's death penalty committee would review the case to determine if prosecutors will seek the death penalty. They have 30 days from Friday to file the formal documents, and Fleck said they will probably be right up to the deadline in making the decision. Tosland is due back in court on April 15th and is being held at the Clark County Jail without bond. Now, Tosland's attorney, Augustus Klaus, said his client would plead not guilty. Yeah, of course. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Get up there. That's not the picture. There we go. Okay, so a 30-year-old California man has been arrested after allegedly fatally shooting his parents in Fresno on Sunday afternoon. Fresno police said they were called to the home in the northeast part of the city at about 3:30 p.m. and they found the suspect on the front lawn with his father dead. Officers also found his mother inside the home, deceased. Investigators don't know what led to the shooting. They haven't released the identities of the suspect or the victims. This has just happened earlier today. Fresno. Unbelievable. Okay, and there was a 4-month-old baby with a garbage bag over his head found in an apartment where the suspect's wife was murdered. Florida man's accused of murdering his wife inside their apartment, where authorities also found an infant with a garbage bag over its head. On Friday, police were called to an apartment complex in Pinellas Park near Tampa after a man was seen with blood on his clothing in the breezeway of the complex. Inside the apartment unit, officers found the body of 32-year-old Crystal Williams, who appeared to have been stabbed multiple times. Medics rushed her to an area hospital, but she was pronounced dead. Williams' husband, 41-year-old Keun Chambers, who was the man with the blood on his shirt, fled the scene, and officers later found him and arrested him. Officers also encountered a 4-month-old infant inside the apartment with a garbage bag over the infant's head. The infant was reportedly the child of Williams' friend. What? It did not appear that the child was injured physically, but medics brought the infant to a hospital for examination. Authorities also noticed a strong chemical odor inside the apartment and called for a hazmat team. The odor was coming from the apartment where this incident originated, and so it's in essence a part of the crime scene. Obviously, we're in the investigation part of the case, so we have to determine what's happening, says Sergeant Roxanne Paul with the Pinellas Park Police. Officials evacuated the apartment building as a precautionary measure. 2 first responders were sent to local hospitals because they had inhaled the unknown chemical. Details about what led to the fatal stabbing have not been disclosed, and it's not clear if Chambers was attempting to kill the child, but in addition to being charged with first-degree murder, he's also facing a charge of first-degree attempted murder. Oh, gosh, okay. See, okay, now Barry Morphew. Let's go to Barry Morphew. A judge has sanctioned prosecutors in the criminal case against Barry Morphew. He's the Colorado man accused of murdering his wife, Suzanne Morphew, but the court declined to toss the charges as the defense wanted. Morphew is facing a first-degree murder charge in connection with the disappearance of his wife, Suzanne, 49 years old, who went missing on Mother's Day back in 2020 and has never been found. Authorities allege that Barry killed his wife because she wanted a divorce. Text messages released earlier this year show that Suzanne Morphew was wrestling with the implications of a divorce and indicate that she was afraid of how her husband would take it. On Friday, Judge Ramsey Lama sanctioned the prosecution by excluding 14 of 16 expert witnesses for the government, which he wrote was a significant and warranted penalty. Judge Lama said prosecutors repeatedly failed to turn over evidence to the defense ahead of the impending trial. Such actions, Lama said, amount to negligent and arguably reckless disregard of legal rules that govern what information the prosecution and defense must disclose to each other, also known as discovery. Specifically, the defense has requested sanctions because of prosecutors' failure to disclose evidence that showed DNA found on items relevant to the investigation partially matched a DNA source that has been linked to sexual assaults in Tempe and Phoenix, Arizona, as well as Chicago. The prosecution was aware of the evidence in May of 2021, but did not disclose it to the defense until late July. Still, Lama decided not to dismiss the entirety of the case against Barry Morphew. In addition to first-degree murder, Barry is also facing charges of tampering with a deceased human body, tampering with physical evidence, possession of a dangerous weapon, and attempting to influence a public servant. And guess when the trial's due to start? Everything's starting up again. Trial is scheduled to begin on April 28th. And at that, that is just... Tomorrow is what, the 11th? The Todt trial is, the Todt trial will probably be over. That'll start up. That's expected to last for about 5 weeks. Interesting. If there's no other delays in it. Okay. April 28th. Mark it on your calendar. 23-year-old Chicago man was arrested on charges of essay and kidnapping after he allegedly grabbed a 7-year-old from a South Shore park. He dragged her into a building and forced himself into her mouth. Unbelievable. A witness to the kidnapping called police Thursday afternoon about 5:30 and followed until police arrived. Investigators said when they arrived, the little girl was crying for her mother and yelling, "He stole me." She was taken to a hospital for an evaluation. Jonathan Hill has been charged with predatory criminal essay of a victim under 13 and aggravated kidnapping of a victim under 13. Chicago Police Chief of Detectives Brendan Denahan said earlier that the little girl had been at the park with her two 13-year-old brothers and that they walked away for a moment, leaving her on a park bench. And then there was an individual who was 23 years of age who came by and basically kind of grabbed the child. The witness called 911 because she could tell the 7-year-old did not want to be with this male. The court documents say that Hill hit the little girl in the head and told her he was taking her to her mother. Hill told police that the victim was for the day and his wives were for the night. Disgusting. Hill is being held without bond. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, and then the sugar daddy hardship thing, and the Parkland juror, apparently she explains that. And there's a video about it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here what this is about. Former prospective juror in the sentencing phase of the Parkland shooting trial used an interesting excuse when asked to be dismissed. Hang on one second. Let me just change the graphic here. Okay. Former prospective juror in the sentencing phase of the Parkland shooting trial used an interesting excuse when asking to be dismissed. On Monday, during the first day of jury selection, the woman gave the Broward County Circuit Judge Elizabeth Scheer multiple reasons why she could not be on the jury. First of all, let me clarify myself. The potential juror said, July 7th is my birthday, the 4th is my son's birthday, and the 18th is my other son, so that ain't going to work out for me. After going over the dates a second time with Scheer, the woman then provided another reason that she felt she couldn't serve on the jury. Then again, I need to figure out something, the woman continued. I have my sugar daddy that I see every day. No one expected the jury selection in the Parkland shooter's penalty phase to go viral, but this clip of Mrs. Bristol explaining why she can't serve on the panel made the rounds on social media. Bristol, a native New Yorker, said she wasn't going to try to weasel her way out of jury duty. If I do this case for 6 months, I have a hardship. That means my sugar daddy can't support me, she said. Bristol explained that the 6-month time frame would put her in a financial bind of exactly $8,000 a month. It's all day for 6 months. And what's my hardship? I need my sugar daddy money. I said to the judge, I have a sugar daddy, and I'm married, and I have a husband, just like that. Bristol said she was honest, saying her hardship was financial, so the judge excused her. The judge heard one more common hardships, like having 2 jobs or a long vacation, but none as unique as this one. 12 jurors and 8 alternatives will be seated for sentencing, but Bristol will not be one of them. Crazy. Okay. 16-year-old in a Nevada high school has been charged with multiple felonies, including attempted murder, sexual assault, and an attack on one of his teachers inside the classroom on Thursday. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police say the teen initially came into the teacher's room at the El Dorado High School to talk about grades. At some point, the suspect got violent, where he began punching the victim, and then he strangled her until she lost consciousness. The student then fled, and another school employee found the teacher, called 911. The student was located nearby and arrested without incident. He was booked on charges of attempted murder, SA, battery with intent to commit SA, first-degree kidnapping, and robbery. But police say that Clark County prosecutors would make the final determination of what charges he will be facing in court. Clark County School District Superintendent Jesus Yara said that he was devastated by the incident and stressed that violent acts, assaults, and bullying will not be tolerated in the Clark County School District, and those who choose to engage in these activities will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Thank you, crime scene. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Billy Point Blue. And crime scene cleaner. Thank you for being a detective rambler for 15 months. Okay. Go over here now. I'm back over here. So, principal of the school, Christina Brockett, sent an email to parents which stated that the school is doing everything possible to support their students, staff, and community. And she said that counseling services would be available during the spring break as well. Police did not identify the teacher or the suspect, but the Las Vegas Review-Journal did identify the teen through jail records. He's being held on $500,000 bond and is due back in court on Tuesday. Thank you, TX Mopar, for becoming a detective rambler. Appreciate that. Okay. Okay, so we have another. The other guy was 23 that tried to dragged off the 7-year-old. This guy is 22, tries to drag off an 8-year-old in Oklahoma. Authorities have made an arrest in the incident that happened last month when a man grabbed an 8-year-old girl and tried to drag her into his vehicle. Police said at the time that 22-year-old Alan Montana Anderson Himes wasn't wearing pants when he stopped to ask directions of two girls out playing in front of a Mustang home on March 23rd. The two girls, both under 10, ran over to the vehicle as Anderson Himes asked directions to Mustang High School, but it was his second trip by the house that turned frightening. He asked again for directions, said the 8-year-old's father, and told the girls he had a puppy in the car. He tried to grab her and pull her into the car, the father said. Her friend ran off, got my wife. She screamed and was able to break free. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation released a sketch of the suspect last week and said that the man forced the girl to touch him as he tried to drag her into the car. The Ring doorbell video shows the girl's mother rushing over to the car. Anderson Himes was arrested Friday and is charged with 1 count of kidnapping and 1 count of lewd acts with a child under the age of 16, and he is awaiting arraignment in the Canadian County Jail. California man was charged with killing a scientist while he was camping with his 2 young daughters, and he pled guilty this week to attacking 2 sheriff's deputies while he's been in custody. Anthony Rauda, 45, was arrested in October of 2018, 4 months after the early morning shooting death of Allergan scientist Tristan Baudet, 35, who was in a tent with his 2- and 4-year-old daughters at Malibu Creek State. See, there's another state park. State Park. The girls were not injured. Deputies arrested Rauda while searching for a suspect in a series of burglaries in the area when he was seen in the same state park with a rifle. He has since been charged with Baudet's murder, 10 counts of attempted murder, including Baudet's daughters, and 5 counts of commercial burglary in a series of crimes dating back to 2016. He has since been charged with 2 counts of battery on a peace officer for 2 attacks on deputies in March of 2020 and 1 last month. In the first of those attacks, Rauda allegedly punched a deputy in the jaw and injured his wrist. In last month's incident, Rauda allegedly attacked a deputy with a pencil as the deputy was moving him from a restraint chair. That incident took place on March 16th after Rauda was ordered out of a hearing for an obscenity-laden outburst. Rauda appeared at Thursday's hearing in the restraint chair, as he has for most of his hearings. He was not wearing a spit shield. However, he has in the past. Judge David Fields ordered him back to court on May 3rd for a pretrial hearing. Rauda's legal proceedings temporarily were halted in October of 2020 over doubts about his competency to stand trial, but proceedings resumed in November of 2021 when he was determined to be competent. In addition to killing Baudet, Rauda has been charged with wounding a man as he slept in a hammock at Malibu Creek State Park, in November of 2016, firing into the sleeping area of a vehicle a week after that, shooting into vehicles on 3 occasions in 2017, and shooting at a vehicle nearby 4 days before Baudet was killed. A concentrated effort by detectives to unearth the past activities of Rauda correlating with this investigation have revealed that he apparently acted alone during this identified crime spree, which stretched from November of 2016 to October of 2018. No similar crimes had been reported in the area since October of 2018's arrest of Rauda. The sheriff's department said that he was charged with Baudet's murder. Rauda is scheduled to go to trial on both series of crimes and the attacks on the deputies in September. Is it there? And what's going on here? Hold on a minute. Why do I see like 2 things for Texas Smoke Bar? Hi, easily distracted. Thank you for being a Sergeant Rambler for 19 months. Okay, let me go back here now. Let's see what else we have. Okay, this is a strange case. Let me get this. Hang on. Let me get your. Okay. 1 second. The Lock, Stock, and Barrel shooting range. It's in Grantville, Georgia, and it's the scene of an apparent robbery and homicides. So a county coroner in Georgia discovered the bodies of his parents and his son, who were killed Friday in an apparent robbery at the Lock, Stock, and Barrel shooting range in Grantville. All 3 were shot, the GBI confirmed Saturday. The incident took place around 5:30 p.m., the Grantville Police Department said in a statement on Facebook. Grantville is about 50 miles southwest of Atlanta. Grantville Police Chief Steve Whitlock identified the victims as Tommy Hawk, his wife Evelyn, and their 19-year-old grandson, Luke. Coweta County Coroner Richard Hawk was among the first to arrive at the scene and discovered the bodies. Now, he's discovering that the county coroner is discovering the bodies of his parents and his son. Saturday, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, which is investigating due to the number of weapons stolen, announced that there is a $15,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction in the triple murder. ATF is now offering a reward of up to $5,000, which will be matched by the City of Grantville and NSSF for a total of $15,000. The release said unknown individuals brutally murdered the owner of Lock, Stock, and Barrel and 2 family members on the evening of Friday, April 8, 2022, during an apparent armed robbery. The brutality of these senseless murders, along with the fact that these killers have acquired additional firearms, makes solving this case our top priority. ATF Atlanta Field Division Special Agent in Charge Benjamin P. Gibbons issued that statement. The GBI, ATF, and the Grantville PD are seeking information about a robbery and triple homicide in Grantville. On Friday, April 8th, these individuals were shot and killed on the shooting range on 514 Bohannon Road, Grantville, Georgia. Weapons were also taken from the scene. Officers were dispatched to the range shortly after 8 p.m., where about 40 weapons and a camera DVR were apparently stolen from the scene. Members of the Coweta County Sheriff's Department were also assisting. Authorities are asking anyone who drove by the range between 5:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. on Friday, or who may have seen vehicles other than a white Ford dual rear-wheel drive truck and a black Ford Expedition to contact them. ATF and our law enforcement partners will work tirelessly to bring the killers to justice, said the Atlanta Field Division Special Agent in Charge, Benjamin P. Gibbons. That's sad. Okay, let me just real quick, because there was... Thank you, Mimi, for being a Sergeant Rambler for 16 months. Thank you. Okay, so let me go back to where we were. Okay, now we have a beloved 83-year-old American nun has been kidnapped by an unidentified group of gunmen in Africa, prompting concern from her friends and loved ones about her safety. Earlier this week, the Archdiocese of New Orleans issued a news release stating that Sister Sue Ellen Tennyson had been abducted Monday night from a convent in Yalgo in the West African nation of Burkina Faso. The perpetrators are said to have scoured and vandalized the convent before blindfolding Tennyson and taking her to an unknown location. 2 nuns who were in the convent at the time of the attack told Sister Anne LaCour what unfolded. There was a lot of fear in their voices, LaCour said. They knew the kidnappers had guns. LaCour added they went from the kitchen to each one of the bedrooms where the sisters are, but the only one that was kidnapped was Sister Sue Ellen. We suspect they are looking for money and medicine. And there was a tweet by the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New Orleans that said, please join us in prayer for Sister Sue Ellen, an American religious sister, Marionette of the Holy Cross. Sister Sue Ellen Tennyson was abducted by unidentified armed men from the convent in Yalgo, Burkina Faso, Africa, where she had been living and ministering to the people since 2014. Sister Sue Ellen has strong ties to the New Orleans area, having served here for many years prior to her work as a missionary. We first and foremost are praying for Sister Sue Ellen's safety and for her release. Hold on a minute here. from her captives. Let us pray, too, for all impacted by the actions of this group, particularly our sisters who witnessed the vandalism and kidnapping. We are in touch with governmental leaders who have pledged to keep us informed as they learn more. Sergeant Ann LaCour said, she's the congregational leader. Let me see if there's any update on that. Today is Palm Sunday. You guys know that, right? Well, most of you probably know that. I'm trying to see if there's a update. No, I don't see any updates, so yeah, prayers. Okay, finally, the man has been charged, Troy Driver, with Naomi Irian's murder. And let's get to that. So Troy Driver, the 41-year-old man accused of kidnapping and murdering 18-year-old Naomi Irian, will stay behind bars as the criminal case against him proceeds. On Friday, a judge ruled that the 41-year-old man must remain in jail without bail. The decision came the same day that Troy Driver was formally charged with numerous crimes, including first-degree murder with a deadly weapon, kidnapping, robbery, burglary of a motor vehicle, and destruction of evidence. Authorities allege that Troy Driver approached Naomi's car at 5:24 a.m. on March 12th. It was in the parking lot of a Walmart in Fernley, Nevada. She was waiting to take a shuttle to her job at Panasonic Energy of North America. The security camera footage shows Troy Driver in a gray hooded sweatshirt, dark pants, and dark shoes approaching the vehicle. Driver was able to enter the vehicle, and she slid over to the passenger side, proceeded to kidnap her. Following the kidnapping, police say Troy Driver fatally shot Naomi and buried her body in a remote grave in an effort to hide his crimes. He also allegedly destroyed or hid her cell phone and got rid of her tires that were on it, and got rid of the tires that were on his truck. And that's in the, let's see, did we go over this? I'm trying to remember if we went over the criminal complaint for Naomi. Let me see. We did, right? I think so. Let me see. Yeah, so the criminal complaint, yeah. We did go over that. And let's go back to... Okay. Speaking to journalists outside the courthouse on Friday, Driver's court-appointed lawyer Richard P. Davies said there are more questions than answers about his client's involvement in Naomi's kidnapping and murder. And I quote him saying, "And we're very confident as the investigation goes along, the true story will come out. Right now, everybody's jumping to conclusions, and that's natural, but I want to urge everyone to just be patient and let the process work itself through." Should the case go to trial, Davies indicated that he may try to hold the trial in another county given the high-profile nature of the case. Irian's loved ones also attended the hearing. Her brother, Casey Carli, said he was glad that Driver will remain in the government's custody for the time being. He said, "It's a relief to know that someone under this type of suspicion cannot harm someone else right now." The family is having a difficult time grappling with Naomi's death, but her brother said that they will do what is necessary to make sure that she gets justice. "Every day it seems a little more real, and that's hard," said Casey Carli. "It's hard to bring this all down to reality." Troy Driver did not offer a plea during Friday's proceedings. He's expected to next appear in court on May 10th for a pretrial hearing. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Now what I heard, let's see here. That we've gone through that. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay. Friends and family are not giving up hope as they search for a missing Massachusetts teacher, and it's entering its 12th day. And that was 2 days ago, so it's 14 days, and I don't think she has not been found. Megan Marone, 42, has been missing since March 27th. Her brother Peter Naples said it's not unusual for her to take short trips alone, but it's unusual for her not to get in touch with family. I texted with her Saturday night when she was staying at a hotel in Stockbridge. She was having a bowl of soup and reading her book. I said I'd speak with her tomorrow, and that was the last I've heard from her. Marone's family contacted police when they did not hear from her again, and they ended up finding her vehicle in Longcoat Park, a secluded 46-acre park with, probably, I wonder if that's a state park, with hiking trails. According to police, Marone likely parked her car in the area to go hiking, as they were able to track her cell phone in the area for a short while before it went dead. Police do not suspect foul play at this time. Some areas are extremely difficult and very thick, and that has been hampering search efforts, said Lee Police Chief Craig DeSantis. The name of the hotel that Marone was staying in has not been made public. Anyone who has any information about her whereabouts or seen her or whatever, call the Lee Police at 413-243-5530 or Bethlehem, New York Police at 518-439-9973. We're talking about one of my best friends, Naples said. We're talking about someone who's touched countless students, and a $50,000 reward is being offered by the family for information that leads to her safe return. Prayer she's returned safely. Maybe it's like, remember that other lady that was stuck in the campground? Oh, mommy is perfection in every way. Thank you, Billy Boy Blue. Okay, and we don't see any updates on, what about Cassie Carli? Hasn't that guy been charged yet? I don't see that. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any, I don't see any updates on that, which is, let's see this, if we can have this. Yeah. Okay, here's something. Let me see, what is this about? I don't want to be with Dad. Chilling words of Cassie Carli's daughter, 4 years old, just before her mother was found dead. She allegedly said, I don't want to be with Dad, just days before her mother vanished and was later found dead. On the evening of March 27th, Cassie had left her home to meet her ex-boyfriend, Marcus Spanalvo, the father of her 4-year-old daughter, Sailor, for a child exchange in the parking lot of a nearby restaurant. Remember, this was different. They used to go to Walmart, then they were going there, and then her car was found in another parking lot. But Cassie never returned home with Sailor, and a series of odd text messages was sent to loved ones from her phone, prompting her father to report her missing the next day. Marcus was arrested on Saturday morning in Lebanon, Tennessee, and charged with evidence tampering. That was last Saturday. And supplying false information about a missing person in relation to Cassie's disappearance. Hours later, her body was discovered on a property linked to Marcus in Springville, Alabama. His charges were expected to be upgraded. But I haven't seen them yet. In an interview with Rayanne Carli, Cassie's sister, she said that the ex, Marcus, had visitation rights to Sailor every other weekend and every other holiday. Shortly before her sister, hold on, let me get, you don't have your other, I don't have the right graphing up. Hang on. Okay. Shortly before her sister's suspected murder, Rayanne claims that Sailor told her mom that she no longer wanted to spend time with her father and instead stay with her. Right before my sister passed, she was telling me that Sailor kept saying, "Mom, I want to be with you. I don't want to be with Dad. I want to be with you. I don't want to be with Dad," she alleged. Rayanne said she believes her sister was consulting with lawyers around the time of her death to explore her legal options if Sailor really didn't want to see her father anymore. We were talking about it, and Cassie said, "I'm not going to make her go with him if she doesn't want to go. But I don't know how that works." When questioned as to whether Cassie ever raised the issue directly to Marcus, Rayanne responded that she thinks her sister did. Cassie and Marcus were for years locked in a bitter custody dispute over their daughter, and in August of last year, Rayanne launched a GoFundMe page to help Cassie with her mounting legal fees. A post on the fundraiser written by Cassie referred to Marcus as a master manipulator, an abuser, and a narcissist. And she said, "During my pregnancy, this man's abusive control and manipulation escalated. But having battled infertility in my first marriage, I desperately wanted a family, so I justified his erratic behavior as long as I could." After breaking up with Marcus, Cassie wrote that he filed dozens of false police reports and called Child Protective Services so many times, I nearly came to know most of the staff by name. Elaborating on her slain sister's claims, Rayanne alleged that Marcus was both verbally and emotionally abusive to Cassie throughout the pregnancy and after Sailor's birth. The verbal abuse was particularly bad, said Rayanne. He would body shame her when she was pregnant, and just everything she did wasn't right or good enough for him. He called her stupid, and she didn't know anything, told her she didn't know anything, and that she was going to be the worst mother ever. Just anything to put her down and make her feel inferior to him. The emotional abuse was so extreme, so extreme. The abuse was allegedly so bad that Cassie grew increasingly frightened of him in the weeks leading up to her death. Ominous warnings her family, ominously warning her family, "If something happens to me, it was him." He was never physical with her or put his hands on her, but he knew she feared him, and I think he used that against her. But he would also be kind to her sometimes and try to get her to bring her guard down. Rayanne likened Marcus's alleged volatility to a roller coaster, claiming his moods were just up and down and unpredictable. She would be on the alert because of it, Rayanne said, because there were times when he would just erupt and be in certain moods on certain weeks. Cassie said that he was being crazy and would sometimes ask my dad to come to a child swap with her, telling him, "Please bring your gun," because he has a concealed carry. Just 9 days before her death, a judge ordered Marcus to pay Cassie $5,920 in attorney fees, which is associated with their years-long custody dispute. Despite his various filings against Cassie, Rayanne claimed, for the most part, Marcus was an uninterested and distant father unless it was his time to see Sailor. Cassie and Marcus met in 2018 and had only been dating for around 2 months when Cassie found herself pregnant. While still in the early stages of their relationship, Rayanne said her sister was determined to make things work with Marcus, but around 5 months into her pregnancy, she just couldn't take it anymore. She didn't want to be with him any longer. There were just too many red flags. She would tell us, he's controlling me, he's trying to manipulate me, I don't want to be with him. But even after she broke up with him, she was hopeful that maybe they could figure out a way to co-parent their daughter and stay civil. Any hopes of civility that Cassie had were quickly extinguished, according to her sister, who alleges that Marcus became increasingly volatile and emotionally abusive towards her sister. The bereaved sibling alleges that after Cassie gave birth to Sailor, Marcus attempted to plant recording devices in her apartment. He tracked her phone and tried to monitor her movements and to find out who she was speaking to. I think he thought that if he could hear her doing anything that she may not supposed to be doing, in that he would try to use that against her and try to make false reports to get Sailor taken away from her. Rayanne believes that Marcus may have been infatuated with Cassie, and her death may have been the result of one of those "if I can't have you, nobody will" type of things. At the time of her death, Rayanne said her sister was happy and in a good place. She just landed a new job at a local military base. Rayanne claims that Marcus attempted to win Cassie back several times after their breakup, but her sister was not interested in doing any of that again with Marcus. My sister was finally in the best place before her passing, and she got her job that she really enjoyed. And it could be that he thought, wow, she's never going to want me or let me have my way, so I've got to do something about it. Last Tuesday, 3 days after Cassie was last seen alive, her car and purse were found on a boat overflow ramp close to the restaurant in Navarre Beach where she had been scheduled to meet up with Marcus. On the night of Cassie's disappearance, her father, Andrew Carli, texted his daughter, writing, "I'm freaking out. Cass, call me as soon as you get this message." A response from his daughter's number followed soon after, which read, "I'm sorry, car was acting up and I broke my phone. Marcus is working on it. I will stay at his place tonight." Neither Rayanne nor her father believes that was sent from Cassie. If she was having troubles, she would never seek help from him. That's just crazy. Rayanne said of Marcus, she would walk next door to the restaurant before she asked him for anything. Marcus was then taken into custody last Saturday morning in Lebanon, Tennessee, and charged with evidence tampering, giving false information concerning a missing persons investigation, and destruction of evidence. Sailor was found safe and was in the process at that time being transferred back with Carli's family. In filing the charges, police claim he took Carli's phone and basically got rid of it. The grisly discovery of Cassie's remains was made just hours after his arrest. How police made their way to the barn remains unclear. Cassie's identity was confirmed by a tattoo. Sheriff Johnson added that investigators have obtained evidence that forms a great case against Marcus, pointing him to be the culprit of Cassie's death. And he described Marcus as totally uncooperative. All he said was lawyer, and he said the dirtbag should be executed. And I think that is the end of that. Let me see. Oh, wait a second. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was something. Who is that? okay, never mind. Oh, wait a second. You remember? Hold on a minute. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. All right, so yeah, I guess that's... Let me go back to the chat. Oh, shoot, I'm in top chat. It should be a live chat. Okay. Says counting the days until she sees Sailor. He had a plan. Well, yeah, he said that he was going to... He threatened to take her out of the country. Okay, let's see here. You never came up yesterday. I thought you were going to come. We waited for you to sell something. Sal Dada. Hello, Sal Dada. How are you? Think you're new here? Glad you could join us tonight. How are you doing? Oh, Sal Dada. You're not vintage Sal, right? Hi, Amy Margolin. I haven't seen you in a long time. Janae Ann, Ren, Captain Lee Fan, Deborah, Nimi, Nicole Griffith. Muppets. I guess Tammy was here. I was seeing something. Karen H. Oh, Kelly Finelli. I wrote in Slack asking about her daughter. Did she answer me back? Let me see, because she came into our auction and said her daughter was involved in a car accident last night and she needed prayers. And we were on for several more hours and did not hear anything. So let me see here. She hasn't answered me. Kelly Finelli, if you can hear me, please let us know how your daughter is. Very concerned about that. Well, prayers everything is okay. I'm getting nervous that we haven't heard from you. Has anybody heard anything from her? Still in hospital. Wait, how do you know? Did she reply? Did anyone hear from Irene F? No, I haven't heard from Irene F. I've asked for her. Wait. Somebody's saying still in hospital. She wrote you in Slack? Why didn't she inform us all? What happened? Can you tell us what's going on? What happened? Please, Linda, tell us what happened. She's doing better near more, but what Hi, Marianne Frontini, how are you? What happened, though? I'm surprised she wouldn't have updated us all, because that's crazy. We're all sitting here worried. Her daughter's going to be all right? I mean, it's non-life threatening and everything, because... Could you possibly post the update in Slack and let us know? Because we'd like to know what's going on. Hi, Margot. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Okay, so, well, I guess she's going to be okay, right? Oh, she'll be all right? Okay. Where did she get in the accident, Linda? Hi, Jenny D1. Can't you just type it into Slack and let us know what's going on? Hi, Nanette. How are you feeling? Oh, Lisa got to South Carolina. All right. I thought I'd update everybody on that. She's actually trying to make a booster appointment for me on her vacation. Yeah, that would be nice if you could do that. All right, what time is it? It's 11. I actually was going to do a I saw this unbelievable acrylic paint pour over a vase, but it was like a glass dome kind of thing. I'm like, that is so cool. I was wanting to do that, but if I could find, I think I do have a smaller one, and I was going to try paint pour, and then if I couldn't do a paint pour, and then I was going to do a paint pour on a canvas, because I've been watching that all day. That's what when I was on my bike, I was watching acrylic paint pours. You're much better? Good. So, Linda, you just put under the general section. Hi, farm wife. I didn't get any invoices out from yesterday. Jimmy's still, several of you have packages here from the Thursday auction. So he's seeing if the stuff will go into there, which I'm going to help him with also. And that, if there's any extra shipping, it should be like nothing. Okay. And so, hi, one. You love doing vases? You do them? The acrylic pours? Good. Yeah, it looked, easy and fun. It did. My son in Portland got the ickies. Oh no. He's okay, but as his mom at work. Yeah, of course. Prayers he'll be okay. Did he have the vaccine, Janae? Marianne, why do you think Robin Lane is not okay? It's the second time you've asked. Did she say something was wrong with her? I'm confused. I do it all just about. Oh, okay. What's wrong with Robin? I'll be okay. What's wrong now, Robin? What's the matter? I thought things were good. What's wrong now? Hi, Elizabeth T. I missed this. What happened? Something else happened? Record albums? Cool. It was a blast? I'll have to look. Record album. Do you mean the vinyl record or just the album? I turn the page. I must have missed something. Oh, you're just making conversation. Okay. I thought I missed something. Okay. Let's see. I think she feels bad for not for not showing off last night. Yeah. Well, there's Wednesday, Robin. I've got to do the ballet shoes. Yours came out nice. Yeah, you're decoupaging everything I see. I hope I have a really nice order of napkins coming in, and I'm trying to see when that's going to be delivered. They told me it was going to ship Friday or Monday, and sitting here waiting for them. It's a problem. It's a little bit of a problem. Hi, Nona May. I went to Wrightsville Beach in North Carolina and picked up a few small oyster shells and thought about you. Aw, that's sweet, Nona. How was the beach? They only have small oyster shells up there? Wrightsville. Yeah, Elizabeth. Can I show your ballet shoes, Elizabeth? Would you mind if I shared the picture so that Turn the Page could see them and the others? You did better on curved survey? Yeah, well. Can I show your shoes? I'm sure you're going to say yes. I know you'll say yes. This would be where? Why is that not there? Hold on. Bless you. Why other? I know she's going to say it's okay. There you go. I know the napkins. This is from these pink floral napkins. This is the dragonfly. Do you have another? Let me see. Was there another view of those? Let me see. I thought there was another view of those. Oh yeah, there is. Cool. I'll find my way back to the chat. Hi, Earthbound Spirit. Hi, Denise. Whisper to me. Yeah, I cannot believe Carolyn showed us. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Please tell your manager. What are you talking about, One-Eyed Blind Art? What are you talking about, Call? In your building? Oh, there's a drug problem. That's not, yeah. Hi, Chris Ree. Hey, Susie B. Jenny D1. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. I've got to go check on the shipping with Jimmy, the process of that, and see what's going where. And then I have to take my vitamins. And I'm probably going to sit in the massage chair because I worked out a lot today. And what else am I going to do? Then I'll come back on and we've done enough true crime, so it'll probably be maybe some crafts and just some quiet talk. Oh, that Deepwater movie was wacko. I was in and out of consciousness during that. It was wacko. The guy, wasn't that the guy that played in that divorce movie with he was the husband that got shot by the woman that's on Saturday Night Live, or was on Saturday Night Live? That's too bad, One Eye Blind Art. Probably best to move from there, but I don't know, do what you can, stay safe. Hi, Carla. Okay, guys, yes, you stay safe too, Muppets. Stay away from those bed bugs. Yeah, it was weird, right, Sassy? I feel like, what is weird or something? He forgot the scarf or something? I don't know, it was so weird, just weird. And the guy, I said to you guys, but nobody answered me, that guy, Joel, looked like the guy from 90 Day Freaking Fiancé, Jesse, that was going out with that sister that had too much plastic surgery, and her twin sister, which was Darcy, like Darcy, Sassy Darcy. Okay, I thought that was him. Will Ferrell. No. No. Will Ferrell. Wasn't Will Ferrell. Oh, you were there. Did you watch the movie, Billy Boy? Anyway. That's, oh, and then it went into Plainview, right? It just started playing Plainview. I don't even understand how the girl from Plainview. You're making a shirt with meat mittens. You just kind of bounced out? How do you kind of bounce out? You bounce halfway out? Okay. Anyway, I will see you. You watched it all, Deborah Vancouver. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go take care of that stuff. I'll be back later. Look for me because you won't get a notification, I'm sure. You could definitely sell them. We're having a yard sale next weekend, and craft sale are so big around here. Bill Hartman? No. There was a, hi Lucy, there was a series on HBO. It was called Divorce with Sarah Jessica Parker, and her friend was a woman that was on Saturday Night Live. I think it was, I don't know, I can't think of her name right now. It wasn't Molly Shannon. I don't think it was Molly Shannon. Forget what her name was. But she had a husband in the movie, and she accidentally shot her husband, and I think the husband was the guy that was in the movie. No, definitely not Phil Hartman. He's long past. Anyway, don't worry about it. Hi, Farm Wife. Don't worry about it, Billy Bob, or anybody else. You don't need to worry your little minds about it. It's not a case. It's a movie. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's a movie called Deep Water with Ben Affleck. It's a weird movie. Kim Cattrall, no. Okay. Everybody, I'll see you later. Thank you, guys. And please email me for Shellbook. Please email me. Oh, Lucy J. Lucy J, I don't think she has your information. Lucy J, did you buy the shell book from Linda? Let me see. Let me just check right now. Okay, I'm gonna give Lucy J then your email. Hold on. Lucy, I am I'm sending you right now. Shoot. Hold on. Sending you right now. Linda Galb's address. You bought a shell book or something. Email, I mean. Okay, I just sent it to Lucy. Linda? All right. All right, everybody. You did awesome. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Hi, help me, Rhonda. How are you? You're all coming in when I'm leaving. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Look around. Carolyn, I did not buy... Okay, hold on. Okay. You did. She didn't buy a shell book from you, Linda. I don't know who bought the shell book from you. Does anybody know who bought the shell book from Linda? Anyone? Maybe it was Nicole. Nicole, did you buy a shell book? Isn't she here? Yeah, check it again. Sorry, Lucy, then just disregard my email. Okay, I didn't think it sounded right. Okay, no worries. And nobody worry. Nobody worry. Go back to the videotape, Linda. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Love you. God bless. See you later.